Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. That one from Sammy Yusuf, Make Me Strong. I feel like I need a little strength this morning, boy. Oh gosh. Just facing the harsh realities of the society that we have created is challenging. Just absorbing the ignorance personified, right? The ignorance that is being played out day in, day out. It's a lot. And in particular, I'm speaking about what we have seen yesterday, and what we have been seeing for some time, right? What we have been seeing for some time. Queen's Park, Savannah, broad daylight, a 49-year-old father waiting on his 9-year-old son, killed in the savannah. I mean, every day, right? Continuously, and you're pushed to ask, what we could do, how we could stop this. It continual. And I see the frustrations expressed. I've seen people who have gone to the dark side, in my opinion, right? If you reach the point where you're saying, just kill, and you're glad when you see somebody who's alleged of something, you're kind of crossing onto a dark side as well. But I understand the frustrations. And then there's also the news that a young man was killed, allegedly extorting money. And the whole story kind of real sketchy, to be honest. I am concerned as well this morning because I looked at a picture of the young man, and I want to hope is not who I think it is. I mean, I will be able to verify and speak on it, because either it's an extremely positive young man who, contributes to different communities in different ways, sports and whatever. I just only saw it this morning, and I'm very concerned. I hope it's not the same individual. But just in general as well, I have been looking at the trend of police killings as well. And there's been a bit of a decrease, but again, concerned again. We understand how important their role and their job is. But I don't know how a proper because they set up to catch the individual. They mark the money. I think it was a couple $1,000 he's supposed to collect. Well, not him, whoever he collecting, it's not just him apparently, or whatever. And they said he police confronted him as he's coming out of whatever business establishment. And this is from the reports, right? Police said that Pierre exited the building. He was confronted by two anti-extortion unit officers who identified themselves as police. The suspect then produced a firearm and pointed it in the direction of one of the officers, the TTPS stated. I don't know. We gotta get it right, guys. How long we taking with these body cameras and thing just to dissuade any confusion whatsoever. No, crazy. These young people had to be crazy, crazy. Two officers, you just pick up $3,000 or something like that, right? And two officers approaching you and they identify themselves as police officers, and you're gonna take out a firearm and point it in their direction. I don't know. Honestly, I just really don't know. And of course, the result is that a 26-year-old man is dead, right? That individual is dead. And I support the police in their fight against crime. I just because of the past, I don't know if this individual sitting in the savannah waiting on his son is approached and killed. You have to be able to find who's responsible. That's not difficult. I am certain some of the cameras around the Queen's Park Savannah are working. I'm certain. I know some of the cameras across Trinidad and Tobago are not working. The public that are in public spaces, but I'm certain some of those cameras are working. And I'm certain that if you do the proper investigative work, you can find those who are responsible for that. I'm likewise, and I'll try to look for some follow-up, because I want to be able to say to the society, this has been done. This person has been, or persons have been arrested. Like I said yesterday, those individuals that killed the two elderly gentlemen and put them in the trunk of a car and burn the car or whatever, and was utilizing one of their bank cards to get money. You have to do the work. You have to do that investigative work. You have to do it, and you have to arrest those types of individuals. You have to. And we pointed to, and that's a positive headline that I saw this morning. The family of the young lady who was killed by her spouse, if you want to call it that, and their daughter as well was killed by that individual. It's on the headlines this morning that the family has been, has stated they're pleased at least that there's justice because he was sentenced to death. And that's a positive development out of the judiciary. And just 2 years, 2024, already 2026. That's positive. If you need to train detectives, if you need to bring in a couple specialists to add to those that we have, to really push that skill of following up cases and solving them, then we need to do that. We need to make real impacts. So the challenges continue, and I think that's not it. I think there has been also a couple other situations as well where I think I saw one other article. It may not reach the headlines of the news or even in the news, print and electronic media right away, but I think there was a shooting. There was a shooting in a bar somewhere. Well, I mean, I don't drink, but in general, I don't want no part of bars. I think I said that before. I don't know why. Well, people might understand why or whatever. So many activities, so many actions or violent actions take place in and around bars. I do. I mean, once in a blue moon. Good morning to Strive, right? But I just bars somehow always something. And as I speak about it, my memory is jolted on different situations. I remember an SOE was called in the past right after I think 7 people were shot in a bar in Arima. I don't know. Just try to minimize your exposure. That's my advice. Try to minimize your exposure. Try to be as safe as possible. Live life, but just be cautious. You know, put your phone inside your glove compartment or something if you're leaving it in a car. You have any valuables, push it under the seat. Be cautious. You don't want to be the victim of petty theft, right? Like Senator Naked, break his window and take whatever. It's rough, eh? It's rough for everybody. Don't feel it rough for just downtown or certain people and certain places. It's rough in general. Take your precautionary measures. Understand how to interact with people as well. Talk less. Talk less. Unfortunately, in the society we live, you could get killed for talk, right? Be careful. If there are violent situations that have played out around you, I don't know how they're trying to connect things. I know the individual who was killed in the savannah attended the funeral of 1 or 2 of the people who were shot on the Lady Young. I don't know if it's connected, and if it is connected, then even greater work has to be done by the police to try to deal with that as soon as possible, because it is spiraling. It's so easy for these things to spiral out of control, like I said, because every fatal act, every killing in Trinidad results in the desire for retribution, vengeance. Some people say justice, whatever. That's the concern. And then the police have 2 yesterday, 2 today, 2 tomorrow to deal with. And a limited amount of even personnel, and also skilled personnel who can actually invest the time and the effort into dealing with these situations. And then there are the other issues. That's the main element of, right, the loss of life. They have so many other issues. And one of our viewers is saying that trust no human, only God, because this place gone clear. And that's the sentiment that a lot of us feel. The spouse of the individual killed in the savannah said, and he's a big man, 49. He's not even the spouse said he would be the one to always say, stay inside, be cautious. Only to become a victim of crime as well. So there is some deep, hard work to be done For those who comment on social media, be humane and be sensible as well with your comments. They post a picture of the young man who was allegedly killed in that extortion or whatever situation. We have to be cautious with information. But I see comments, people saying he looked like a criminal. Let us be cautious, And again, of course, celebrating death because they say they're glad he was killed. And let us be sensible. Let us be sensible. So we continue to grapple. We continue to grapple with crime. We continue to experience what has to be for all of us extremely uncomfortable circumstances and an uncomfortable environment to live in. Life goes on. And in the article itself about that incident in the savannah, they mentioned that some of the food vendors continued their business because it happened early in the day, early in the afternoon. Just approaching evening, right? Approaching 6 o'clock. And, life has to continue. But some challenging circumstances to continue life. More needs to be done. We need to think this one through again. We need to think through our society again. And we have to go to the underlying reasons and causes and try to solve them. All right, we take the break. As the song say, God give us strength, boy. All right, we take the break and we'll be right back.
Peace of God be multiplied unto you in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is Redemption Hour, a gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi, the National Overseer of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Trinidad and Tobago, and other seasoned ministers for a time of divine encounter as they minister and pray for you every Saturday by 9 o'clock in the morning of this station, Street FM 91.9. Our church is Deeper Life Bible Church, number 1 Cochrane Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are as follows: Sunday worship service, 9 a.m., Monday Bible study, 6 p.m., Thursday revival hour, 6 p.m. The Redemption Hour is a life-changing moment you cannot afford to miss. For special prayer or counseling, contact Pastor Femi Afolabi on 778-9933. God bless you as you listen to this program. Jesus is Lord.
Flex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
Friday is for feasting. Fantastic Fridays. 5 pieces of chicken and 3 sides for just $89.95. Big value for the whole lime. Weekends start right. It must be KFC. Order now. Follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the deals.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. We give him thanks for life. I don't think I started with that, and I think that is a good place for Trinidad and Tobago to restart with. I think fundamental in our problem is the lack of recognition of a creator. I think, as one of my callers, my P&M partner from Arima, as he calls himself, says, we pushed the creator out, right? We didn't want him in we mouth. So now we're reaping what we have sown, because we reaping individuals who do not care and respect life, who value things, money, more than life, who are so selfish. And I have to say that the deacon yesterday in the church at Church Street in Diego Martin, did an exceptional job in his delivery. Was funny as well because he's married, he's not a priest. So he's married and he was stating, so don't go when all they see me out with my wife and my children and say, as a priest with wife and children, right? But he also outlined the fact that we cannot be this selfish. The levels of selfishness that we are demonstrating within our society, we need to curtail it. We need to teach. We need to preach. We need to direct the society to a better way. And he was very brave, you know. He said even from a political perspective, because the Prime Minister was there at Don Sylvester's funeral, right? He said, at the end of the day, we are all Trinbagonians. We must remember that. And that's why I would fondly and affectionately say my PNM partner for Marima, and it really doesn't matter that I support who or what, because I support goodness and love. And people matter above whatever labels and divisions that sometimes we draw. And he was speaking about Tacarigua. And he said that there's a church and a mosque opposite each other. And on a Friday, the arrangement is that the church allows the patrons of the mosque to park in their yard because obviously, you know, space is an issue. And then on Sunday, the mosque allows the church goers to park in their yard. A perfect relationship where everyone benefits. And we have something special in Trinidad and Tobago. And I was speaking to someone the day before, and I was surprised that the individual was going to be buried in a church. Kind of surprised, because I thought he may have been a Muslim. But all right. And I said to one of the Muslim guys there, well, I'll try to attend now, because I have a certain level of respect for his family. And, you know, as we were talking, he said, well, yeah, I come in too, but I wouldn't go in the church. And I was like, oh, well, what, your skin go burn? Just catching kicks. Because I respect if somebody from a different persuasion may not want to go into the other place of worship. I myself, as I sat in church yesterday, watching some of the sculptures and paintings of Jesus, peace be upon him, to me, and, you know, the white efficacies, you know, and I say, oh gosh, boy. But that ain't bothering me. And, you know, somebody else was standing there, and he was negative about me saying I would go into the church. And I said, well, you have any, like, information you could share with me why I shouldn't go in? Because I don't mind you. I don't mind if you can educate me, even as to my religious persuasion, why I shouldn't. Just, you know, I'm willing to learn. I don't know everything. I mean, I have a little understanding, just a little bit. You know, I have a little understanding. I have a little intermediate paperwork diploma. It was a diploma from an Islamic school. I have a little thing, you know, but I was willing to try to understand what he was saying, because I have not seen anything that debars me from, you know, participating in that way, and is respect. But he chose a part of ignorance, the individual. He said, I'm not going to debate with you, no thing. I said, I never asked you to debate. I just asked you, if you have a decision that you have made, you could give me the information on which you base your decision so that maybe I could change my decision. It's not even. And sometimes ignorance abounds. But we, for the majority of us Trinbagonians, we are not ignorant in that way. We're not ignorant in that way. Our families are intertwined. Some are Muslims, some are Christians, some are Hindus. All kind of thing mix up. All kind of thing mix up. That's the reality of our personal family situations as well. And out of an abundance of love and respect, we maintain our family ties. If I encourage someone, it is out of love and an attempt to educate in certain aspects, but I'm not going to disrespect. I'm not disrespecting the church, but Deacon, I really love, I didn't say this by saying, I tell him I enjoyed his speech, or I ain't sure what you call it, right? But I enjoyed a lot of positive aspects to what he said, and substance in his message. And the human beings there would have benefited tremendously from it. And that's what I told him. I would have commended him, and I say, you're a smart man. You're a deacon, you're not a priest, so you're married and you have children, but you're still functioning within the church in a certain manner. And he laughed too. Because to me, that's the way God wants us to be. God has created man, and part of life is procreation and dwelling with a wife. But, and of course, in Christianity and Islam and Judaism, I don't know which other tenants, wife or wives. We ain't going into that either, right? But the message was on point, and we are not an ignorant people. So let us not be ignorant. And we need to advance the teachings of faith and love more within our society. There are other teachings that are being pushed. There are other teachings that are being pushed. It's not teachings that are just there, These teachings are being pushed in our communities. Teachings of greed, of selfishness, of individualism, of materialism, of violence, of ignorance. I'm asking all I don't know where all you living. I don't know where all you living. Teachings of selfishness, greed. Right in mosques and churches that being pushed to. Unfortunately, right in mandirs, I'm sure. I don't know specifically. But I'm sure. Because you're seeing the consequence of that ideology. And we need to stop that now. We need to stop that nonsense. And we need to really reinvigorate and reinvest and reignite that push towards goodness and God. We really badly need it. Bad. Respect for life. Respect for each other. First thing a man saying nowadays is get rid of you. The easiest thing now is just, you would go to step by step, phase by phase, proportionate actions to deal with a certain circumstance. Boy, nowadays, the first option is get rid of that life, which is sacred. It bad. The culture in our community, some of the cultures are cultures of evil. Greed and selfishness is evil. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. Don't think it is evil. Wanting that which does not belong to you is evil. Wanting that which does not belong to you. Having a discussion with my friend as well, and plays hard, right? So he's saying, boy, if you get the opportunity, think, boy, substances had to sell wherever. And I say, no, you know better. I telling him, boy, don't matter what, you know better. No. But everybody doing it, this one doing it, that one doing it, this one doing it, like them. And they say poverty leads to disbelief. Well, we're taught. But not just this poverty, poverty of your spirit, when you're really missing that moral and spiritual grounding. And then we look on in an unjust society and we see people who are successful in this because that is our measure. And then we want to be like them, or we want to do the things that they do for it. Nah. No. That's our main problem in Trinidad and Tobago. And we could run down, up and down. You could run down this one, run down that one, shoot this one, lock up that one, lock up this. You could do that from now till thy kingdom come. Unless we solve those underlying problems, spiritual and moral problems, what do you think going to happen? Only wait for the next generation. Not even wait, they here on us already. 15, 16, 17, 18, some of them being picked up by the police on preventative detention orders because they linked and they were only wait. That is the truth. Trini Mongs. Laziness is the lazy and the easy way until it catches up with them. You're damn right. Greed. Once you have greed coupled with laziness, crime. Greed, right? They want. As I will say, Iwer this, Iwer that. Iwer. Always say Iwer. And then on top of the Iwer is laziness. That's a deadly combination. Want, greed, and laziness. Crime. Crime, for sure. Or advantage. That's a crime in itself. We take the calls 342-00814665391. I see someone saying they could listen to me all day. I can't listen to me all day. I don't know. Check your ears, eh? Weak mentality as well. And thanks for the comments coming in. I will share them. Let me go across to YouTube. There's sometimes a couple people sharing the views as well on YouTube. while people eating and drinking and celebrating, crime is out of hand. No one is saying anything. Well, I certainly saying something here today, and there are some people who say things, right? And people have to eat and drink. Help somebody, give somebody something if maybe you do. Good morning, my brother. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, salam alaikum, my brother.
Blessings.
You know, sometimes I wait to hear callers calling in forward to this truthful and righteous program. But then again, like it are people is wait to hear who making a contribution for them to call and criticize. That's going on in most of them other talk shows. People ain't calling and making contribution to help the nation. They calling to criticize when you make a contribution and because them just on a problem. That's the problem we have here. But anyhow, my goodly brother, love in the house to you, your family. And you see, when we break down the respect and immorality, now in we days we used to say that is my partner. And then they did move to my brother. And it come out of my dog. You see that name? My dog. You understand? That is to show you the grade we carried on, we partner now. My dog. A dog is to bite and bark and watch. But anyhow,
a dog is a man's best friend too. And
yeah, but
you can't say
shoot.
You can't say my human again. You have to say my dog because dog like it better than.
Nah, but then.
Oh God.
You're saying there, I really like how you correct me because you give me something to study. But if dog is a man's best friend, is it some of the same dog killing the dog, you know?
Boy, you're telling me.
Killing who? Is the dog killing the dog?
They ain't really acting like dog. They ain't acting like dog. They acting worse than dog. What does kill each other?
Well, okay then. So then, long time now, the man best friend dog was a potong. So now is the pit bull.
Yeah.
Will bite anybody then? And kill anybody?
I feel so.
Okay, well then we go specialize in a different breed of dog. My brother, listener, you see respect and morality is a hell of a thing. You see dignity, that right now I'm watching plenty people selling the dignity, especially my people. People is vexed when you say African because remember, we is the lost sheep in the desert. We is the sheep that we don't have a shepherd. As we have a shepherd like you, your father, like Dennis Granger, we get rid of the shepherds on them.
Yeah, they just tell us don't like them. They just tell us they descended that, and we just say, yeah, they descended that. First we stupid.
Right. But then you will hear Satmaraj is a very good shepherd. You will hear right now, my shepherd is Torre and Lois Farrakhan. Them is my two shepherds right now. But third, you see this whole expectation. Now people might vex. You see this whole advertisement with better days are coming.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the better days are coming is better days are working hard, sweating for honest day pay, for honest bread and butter. Because when you check it out, you know, if you get money and you ain't work for it, it don't last long with you.
Yeah.
That's why you see plenty people who rich is end up poor because it's how they get it, you know. But when you sweat hard and you sacrifice, you check the people who go out there and work hard, a bus driver, a policeman, like they pay be hard to finish. And the fella who just going out there and lying down and waiting for payday to come, he borrowing money the same payday.
Yeah.
This is why I have a problem with this better days are coming, because it have plenty people right now. Just as how they say when we win, everybody go win. You know, it have people lie down waiting to see how they go win, like handout. You know, the better days are coming. It's our people waiting to see when we get our next oil boom. I will get $10 million coming by my door. I will get this. People in know the better days are coming. It's to sacrifice and sweat, boy. We have to generate the own income, like how the East Indians sacrifice for their children. We have to sacrifice now for be great. And also, you know, saying the 16 year and the 15 year, we them done gone through. We have to deal now with the 7 year and the 5 year. That is where we have to start to prepare for. And that is the better days we have to look forward for coming.
Yeah.
But my brother, have a blessed weekend. And as I tell you already, the problem is greed. This country gone selling we soul. Everything is money, 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 money. You know, long time, if somebody had to clean your yard and them old people go tell you, God go bless you, you know, that was better than money.
Yeah.
That was better than money. When the old people, you're doing something for old people, God is bless you. But people ain't doing nothing, they can't get money, you know. And this is where Trinidad paradise gone. And then we have some politicians, the priests and them want to build a big church, they want to drive a big car, so they're telling you about God, prepare for that, but then preparing for glory, right? And this is where we have to learn. You have a good day,
You too
a
as well,
blessed
man.
weekend, and I think after the show I'll call you because we have to bounce up and talk about something where you talk about.
No
All
problem.
inshallah to you, your family, and partner, let me tell you something, I believe in that. You see where you sow is where you reap.
You reap, yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, my brother. How are you this morning, man?
I did, man. I did. Not too bad at all. I got a nice little
That's so
sweat
sweet.
in Trinidad and Tobago. Nice little sweat with some partners. You talk, you laugh afterwards, and enjoy life. Enjoy
Yes,
life.
man.
Cost me, it didn't really cost me much. I mean, you had a factor in the cost. You had to reach the way you're going and whatever. But enjoy life now. Young men.
Yes, man.
Young men in Trinidad and Tobago, young women, all they enjoy life now. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, my brother. So I just, on a lighter note, today is Friday. So, you know, you will come down all that heavy. You're
Friday,
looking forward to the weekend.
Friday, month 10. So, is wildness this weekend. Enjoy all yourself in the best way possible.
You know, you make a point about the Iwer and the Iwer and the Iwer. You want, but when you get it, you're lazy with it. You're not doing nothing. You know, that could fall in the garden the government, based on what you heard from some of the economists and so on, that only a few of the government, of the MPs are working. So many of them would have said, I want, and I want to be this and so on, and sworn to deal with the community or to treat the community good. And then when they get in there, they just set back, they relax, according to your words, lazy. And this is not my words, this is the words of some political analysts and so on. But Mr. Ford, I want your support.
Go ahead.
Remember last year I was pushing this Mesoka album last year.
You're starting to break up there, boy. The call giving some trouble.
Oh gosh. Mr. Fuad, I don't break up when I talking to you.
You're close to the radio. Move away from the radio.
Mr. Fuad, you see you. I move away, Mr. Fuad.
Nah, but that radio like a powerful. I ain't hearing you clear at all. See if you could call back, man. See if you could call back.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Fuad. How you dealing with this man? But at least listen to me. Listen to me.
Go ahead. I'm sure I hear what you're saying, but go ahead.
So, I'm moving away from the soca because it didn't work for me last year. So I'm going now to R&B. Yeah, so I don't have 2 songs already. But you just talk so much solutions and positiveness. I want to know if you could get my sponsor the album now.
Sponsor the album?
Yeah, get my little sponsorship for the album.
All right.
Because you just talk so positive, I want to know.
Is positive R&B?
If you could help me to bring out the album.
Is positive R&B what conscious R&B? What you saying?
Yeah, positive. It compares just like the last soca album. That would have taken Trinidad out of the map, man.
It's just like the last soca album.
A little better.
A little alone. Send it from my WhatsApp. I'll put my phone on speaker. Stand at a distance and give it a listening here, right? You take it. You have a good day, right?
And you blessings to you and your family.
Blessings.
Have a blessed weekend, sir.
You too as well. Enjoy it, right?
All right, my brother.
Yeah, man. The simple things are blessings as well. Go to a beach, or you know how beautiful the beaches of Trinidad and Tobago are, more particularly Tobago, but Trinidad as well. Go to a beach, or just go to your yard, or go country by someone in your family and climb a tree with your children, play with them. You know, enjoy the climate that people will sit down on a plane from far to come here to experience. Eat a bacon shack if you have the little means. Speed, I show Speed longing for a bacon shack. He on a private jet wherever, and all he wants is a bacon shack. And you here, and you're wasting life. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Ford.
Hey, morning, Mr. West.
Yes. Yesterday you asked me to make a comment, if I can make a comment with respect to this matter with the Chinese.
Yeah.
And those countries that make up the shield of the America. Well, I did look at it, and I think it's much ado about nothing. And what you said, the Chinese are very diplomatic, and they don't respond like that. And you were quite correct.
Never aggressive. What
the Chinese said, what is said, what is reported, they warned that those countries should not be blinded by the U.S. That's all. Warned that they should not be blinded by the U.S. That's it. That's diplomatic language. And this is why it is so important sometimes when you have shown the program that you listen carefully. I listened to a program yesterday, and it was very enlightening, very instructive, like your programs. And I sat and I listened, and I learned quite a lot. So I just want to clear up that. Much ado about nothing. And what you said, which I remember somebody spoke about dog. A dog. I was listening to a station in Grenada, and the person who was the host was saying, iron dog. What is an iron dog?
Iron dog?
Yeah, iron dog.
What is that one?
Well, I think the man talking about a gun. What means iron dog?
Right.
Iron dog. You know, so I think that's how they deal with it down there. They refer to it iron dog. But again, crime seems to be. But the police, I can't be attacking and probably trying to. I'm not about that. As I said before, when they do good, they do good. And over the past couple of weeks, they've been doing good work. But I'm saying that crime is really a big issue in Trinidad here. And I agree with them that we all have our part to play. And not just by giving, yes, you have to, probably you shouldn't. But again, trust is another issue. But we can't debate that all the time. If people don't, the police have to behave themselves in such a way or conduct their business in such a way that they would enlist the trust and confidence of the population. But at the same time, we have, responsibility to do with what little we can do within our space. We live in communities, and we need to do our part, organize and mobilize. What I'm saying here also is that I heard the opposition leader spoke about coming back with CPEP. Well, I don't know. We can't. This country can't remain static. You have to evolve. You have to deal with, because things around us are dynamic. The economy is dynamic. Foreign affairs is dynamic. The global geopolitics is dynamic, evolving every day. And the economic situation in this country is dynamic. And therefore, if you're coming up with plan, you can't come back with CPEP and all that kind of thing to make people dependent. People, this same mentality, you work for 2 hours and you go on and you sit down. I expect that the opposition leader will sit down with it. I don't want to give them advice. Sit down and evaluate, look at where the country is going, look at where the world is going, look at where CARICOM is going, look at where Latin America is going. Think in terms of how you could empower the people with skills and necessary skills, starting from the communities, in order to benefit from what may become available, what is available, and what are likely to become available. Tell me about how are you going to attract? You have a plan to attract foreign investment, people to invest, so people can get sustainable jobs. That is what we're looking for. That is where you can't tell me about CPEP, but you have a whole set of people just feeding off of the trough. You have a whole set of people you call contractors. They're getting money up with thousands and millions of dollars for doing what? And that is where you want to carry back those people?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't listen to Penny.
So I think
should
much
have
more
but I didn't.
must be done. And I think that opposition leader need to think. And I am not listen to me. I am not fearful of criticizing other people's party,
Yeah.
I hear and I am saying it as it is because I want a better Trinidad and Tobago. And what is being projected as an alternative, I don't think that it meets the mark. I think it's way below the mark. And no new ideas, and I'm saying that ideas are what are required to promote or in fact to ensure development. If you don't have ideas, and that is what moves countries from third world to developed countries. Ideas. And if you don't have new ideas, you're not carrying anybody anywhere. So a little advice for the opposition. Sit down and think. You have certain people who are economists and whatnot. Some of them say that they're independent when they're not independent, and get them together. Get your intellectual class and let them sit down and come up with a plan with respect to transformation, right? Transformation, the minds, the thinking of the people, the skills of the people. Try to develop how you going to do that. Developing communities. Come up with that. Education, the question of technology, moving from an analog to more digital world.
Yeah.
Come up with that. Not that nonsense I hear. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. West. I didn't listen to Penny, so I don't know if she would have mentioned other progressive changes that she may be putting forward, but I did see that the newspapers, put forward bringing back CPEP and something else as well as their headline. And if I see it, I might try to touch on it, which, I don't know that is so progressive, but maybe she did put forward some other progressive ideas. Good morning, caller.
Hi, brother.
Hey, morning.
You see, I wouldn't come down hard on CPEP, no.
Yeah, CPEP's still better than the other programs that they use.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So to use remarks like they were feeding from the trough and all them kind of nonsense, that chop it talk and all this stuff.
Well, it's not exactly true. It's not exactly not true, because the contractors as well would be like the main beneficiaries, not just the workers per se, and They can't listen to me. The contractors were politically affiliated as well, and let's be real, that's one of the problems, right? They were greedy, not the contractors, but the past administration. They bite for 3 years, so you had 1 year remaining on a contract, and instead of you just leave it at that, you bite for 3 years into the future to try to keep your party people gaining the benefits. The contractors is the real beneficiaries, because I'll be real with you, I know people. I know the people. So when I drive through the Martin and Port of Spain, I see the same people who are working CPEP. I could call names as well, I know the people. When I tell you I know the people, I know them. I see them now working for the corporation, and I also see them working with the upkeep. But obviously, there may be some more who need to be employed as well. So it's the contractors. It is the bite by the PNM to try to keep their party affiliates who have the contracts who are benefiting in work again for 3 years plus 1 that cause it to be shut down. So sorry to say, right?
What does the workers have to do with that, Mr.?
Well, right. So the workers are
I can
now.
understand you're making up.
The workers are now.
You're making up.
Yeah, taken in. The workers are now being taken in. Some are already taken in into the upkeep program that has moved from a pilot project to an actual full-time project to keep the same things the CPEP used to do. It is the greed of the PNM contractors, the greed of the PNM administration to keep their contractors in control, benefiting, that caused CPEP to close down. I'm sorry to say, but that is what it is. And who?
Also, Peter paying for Poli. You mean to say?
No, so now they have.
I don't know if that's how you're phrasing it. Yeah.
No, so now they have replaced it. It do away with contractors and directly working with the Ministry of Works or the corporation, and they have extended the programs. Now I hope that as money comes in, they are able to extend it as far as possible to take up the excess unemployment that exists. I is a real person. I'm not playing because I care about everybody. I care about everybody.
The program you're talking about, Mr. Fuad, that will be drawn by the East-West corridors, yeah.
That here already,
because sometimes I'd see
that everywhere.
I'd see it.
It's everywhere.
I'd see something like CPEP going on, like in the more south.
Nah,
but down in the East-West corridor, in the north down here, I don't see such programs taking place. I know about the program.
It going on.
But I don't see it.
It's going on. I tell you, it's going on in every single area across Trinidad and Tobago. It is going on. If we might have some little discussion about disparity and the amount of take-up in, right, I could understand that, but it is going on. I know the people in my region, like by face, by name. I know the contractors too. I know them. And I think they know.
I could tell you that too. A lot of people use to work CPEP.
Our economy in general.
I'm still casting the children to school and a lot of them.
I hear that. It have working people who struggling to send their children to school. The economy is challenging, and we pray that it gets better. We as citizens as well have to try our best to cope. It's not easy. Because that is
but
where
at the end of the day, Mr. Fuad, I understand everything you're saying, and again, I can't say nothing bad about your comment because your comments have always be on point, positive. But we have to know and face the fact that the problem was not CPEP, the problem was the contractors, not the workers, not the single mothers. Because some of them really used to come out. I'm not saying that some of them they used to come out and just sit down and wait for 12 o'clock. Just like many other work that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. But there are many who really used to come out there with sweat and tears in the blazing hot sun and do their job.
100%. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Out.
And they really.
And they perform. And they perform.
Yeah, Yeah. So I cannot come down on them.
And I'm not
Mr. Poor,
and I'm
I
not
can't come
coming
down on them.
and I'm not coming down on them. And if there's one thing that I stated, I don't know if you remember, what I stated is that okay, you're forcing up into a position where you close CPEP, right? The transition should have been quicker so that those people were not left without jobs for that period of time. That's all I would have begged and hoped. I am not the Prime Minister, brother. All they don't vote for me. Thank you for the 260 something people who voted for me last time, even though I kind of decided to support this administration, right? Thank you to the people who actually recognize real people in this society and give that support. But all they vote for me, or they vote for what, and we will get a certain level of relief, but nobody perfect and nothing perfect. Let us work towards, and let us be careful. Let us watch what's going on, encourage what's good, and what we see that we don't think is good, that is not so good, let us also criticize and make sure it change. That is what it's about, right?
Wow. I hear you, sir. Have a blessed day.
And stop trying to sing. Blessings.
Oh, God.
Take care. Yeah, love and blessings there. Let us be real. Let us be real. So we hope, we encourage, increase the uptake as best as possible to help alleviate the unemployment, although there's only so much that can be done. I see work going on more than ever. I see the corporation, even Port of Spain Corporation, which is run by PNM, utilizing whatever resources they have to the best of their ability. I see that. I see drains being cleaned that usually they just play with. I see it going on in our districts and in other districts as well, all over Trinidad. I see actual work. It ain't no contractor again for CPEP. I might have hoped even myself, it have UNC people who would have hoped they could have got a contract, a CPEP contract. They would have pushed work and development in the communities, and they would have earned a living as well. I would have been hopeful that I could have helped a few people get that opportunity. Bill a couple contractors. I would have hoped that too. But given the circumstances, that done with. And now they directly employed through the Ministry of Works and through the corporation. What? It is what it is. Good morning, Grant.
Hey, forward.
Yes?
My brother, I want to really let you know something. As we touching on, as we're talking about our CPEP thing. Them contractors or whoever doing the cleanup in the nothing class like CPEP boy. I telling you, the cleaning with CPEP is totally different. CPEP used to get a better clean. It's areas I driving along and I see in partner. They cut in the bush they making heap on the side of the road. It's taking days to move car machine it. Let me tell you something. Between me and you, the CPEP was doing a very good job. The corruption is what people was the answer for, who wasn't paying NIS for the workers and all them things. That was the answer and dealt with the police or whoever it is. Right? But CPEP, so now, is a 10 better time program, and it's not all the areas getting clean up, because in Aruka, I ain't seen nothing like that in Borneo. I ain't seen nothing like that in Miaro. But I was going to Separia in the Ladavina Pastora. I seen all in the back of the bay in the bush. They cutting 6 feet and 8 feet off the road. Have a good day, brother. I tell you what I see here. Yeah. So I just want to confirm something where I will let my little brother be informed if you wasn't around them areas. Have a good day.
No problem. Thank you very much. And we have to pay attention. I will take a look as well. Sometimes we see what we want to see. I don't know what you're seeing, but sometimes we see what we want to see. If it's the same people, and I telling you, it's the same people I seen working, who were working CPEP before, I don't have to call names, but I could call names. I know in my communities who are the workers. And I know some of them ain't come back on yet. And if the hope is that you could bring them back on, then no problem. That is positive. So we're saying the same people who was working before, now they're in a different program, they're not doing the work that they were doing, then supervision is a issue. Then performance appraisal, this is the area which we're going to get done today. Whoever is responsible not doing that properly. But I seen them working. I seen them. All right? And like I said before, CPEP in general, in terms of the work that was done, was positive. And most of the contractors would have operated in a way to get the work that they are given done. All right? But they mess it up. They mess it up. All in know what happened. I ain't lying. All in know what happened. I see a comment here on a slightly different topic. Home invasions have gone crazy. The bandits coming by 3 and by 6 now. And I saw another article in the paper as well about some home invasions in Londonville. Yeah, in Londonville. To go into people's house, to go into people's homes is a absolute violation. Stop that. That's failure. To go into people's home is an absolute violation. Stop that. Stop that. Right? And I have quite a few other little comments. Less money spending. Yeah, so with the direct employment from the Ministry of Works, I think it would be less money spending because, there's no companies being paid for the management per se, but somebody has to manage, and I hope that they do manage those workers properly to achieve what needs to be achieved. All right, they're working longer hours as well. All right, interesting. Right, someone agreeing with my brother Malcolm X there. Let's pay attention to if there's any disparity in where works are being done, etc., and ask for that equality as well. Someone saying shalom as well. Shalom, my brother. Somebody saying CPEP just who politics family eats contractors in both parties. Well, I mean, it was utilized in that way. And how are we crying, right? If the PNM utilizes certain programs to benefit their supporters, right? If an administration changes and they utilize the program to benefit their supporters, are trying to understand. And then supporters sometimes move from one side to the next. Are trying to understand what the argument people put forward there is. And with CPEP, that's not the case at the moment because, like I say, I might have looked forward to some, not myself, but to help some young people to start up their programs. I had a whole plan in my head. To have some schools that I know if I help somebody get a little CPAP contract, I'd ask them help out cutting these schools because they're not cut regularly, and at least, and still in my mind, to have some schools and public spaces, in particular in my community, where people might think is PNM because PNM win or whatever. But I want to be able to help manage and clean for the children in the future. So understand the whole dynamic, and that has been squashed because of the actions of whoever else, holding on. Such is life. Now we have to ensure that this new program that is directly under the Ministry of Works is rolled out properly, that the work is done. And I think people are getting paid more as well, right? The workers for these programs are getting paid more than they were paid under CPEP. But I think it's also a little longer hours, somebody is saying. I'll try to go into the details of it. It was a pilot project before, and now it's on stream fully. And we know that Trinidad and Tobago needs to be maintained. For a while after election, it was looking bad, right? And some places still looking bad. Corporations stepped up, and now this program is stepping up to deal with that issue. The place hard. Let's be real. One of the people online is saying McBean area, water catchment areas, cleaned after 10 years. Excellent job. My area is very big. I'm from Wallafield, Arima. Alright? So people know what is going on as well. People know. It is not as though we do live in Trinidad and we're not seeing it. People know. And therefore, what we see, we will judge based on that. And the direct response in a real way to what is taking place in our communities is the way that we decide what we want in the future. Not so? Not so? So just pay attention. Pay attention to what is going on. Understand what is going on. Better days is not a promise to bring back what is old. Better days in general is a hope and a articulation to the population that things will improve, and that the difficult, especially economic times that we're facing, will be improved in the not too distant future. And I hope for that. Prepare yourself to be able to utilize what comes for your benefit and the benefit of your family and the benefit of Trinidad and Tobago. Learn in the difficult times so that you're able to really grasp in the not as difficult times. All right, blessings to all of Trinidad and Tobago. It's been an enjoyable week with you all. Thanks for all those who contribute to the program on social media with their messages, and also those who call in. Right, love and respect to everyone. And we'll be back, God willing, next week. All right, take care.
Ministry Trinidad and Tobago and other CC ministers for a time of divine encounter as they minister and pray for you every Saturday by 9 o'clock in the morning of this station, Street FM 91.9. Our church is Deeper Life Bible Church, number 1 Cochrane Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are as follows: Sunday worship service, 9 a.m.